everybody. David Lowry with Club Fantasci, back from the Southern Hobby Supply Retail Expo in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm here with Robert Derouin of Japanime Games, and we are taking a look at Heart of Crown. So tell us a little bit about what you got here.
All right, so this is Heart of Crown. It's our newest game coming out from Japanime Games. It is a deck-building card game where the king has died. Okay. 7 princesses vie for the throne. Now, I don't want to burst your bubble, but you won't be the princess. You are the princess's campaign manager. Your goal is to scrounge up some cash, form a super PAC, back your princess, and try to get her to throne.
And take the fall if everything goes wrong.
Basically, what that translates into with the game is you want to amass currency so that you can bribe officials. Okay. You want to amass military so that you can defend yourself and attack others. And you want to become a master of witchcraft, so that you can stop people from using witchcraft against you and use it on your opponents.
Awesome.
So it's a mix of 3 different types of strategies in a deck-building card game. Now, where should I put this?
Right here is fine.
Just right here?
Yep,
right under?
we're good.
So essentially the way that the game works is everyone starts with the same deck. In a deck-building card game, this is pretty common. You start with your 7 farming villages and your 3 apprentice maids. Okay. This is your very basic start. Everyone gets it. So everyone starts on the same playing field. It's not like a TCG maybe where people have different decks and they bring them to the table. Everyone's on the same level. If you're familiar with deck builders, this is nothing new. Right. So you draw your 5 cards. Let's pretend that I got very lucky and I drew all my money right off the bat. Right. The way that the game works is your money has a cost, a value, a secession point, which we're not going to worry about, and a bridge. This basically determines everything you need to know about any card in the game. We flip over a random card here. This has it should be facing like this, right?
Actually, this camera is facing us.
Oh, there we go. Okay, fantastic. So this one also has a cost, a secession point, no value because it doesn't make you any money, whereas, so on and so forth. And basically the way that the game works is you play cards throughout your turn, each of them having different effects and abilities depending on their use. So in any given turn, I say, I'm going to get rid of all this, and I draw my 5 cards, I play them out. I play a farming village, it nets me 1 gold. It has a bridge. If I have a bridge, I can play another card. Boom, boom, boom. That was a very simple, very easy turn. I now have 5 to spend. I can buy anything from the random market, which is right here. It's randomly distributed out, making sure that you have 8 unique piles. Boom, and boom. I have my 8 unique piles, so I can buy anywhere from there, or I can buy from this marketplace over there. And as I buy and add cards to my deck will grow and it will build, allowing me to have more powerful turns, more interesting turns, more dynamic turns, and this is why it's a deck builder.
And I'm sure there's a way to get rid of the cards that are slowing you down.
There sure are ways to manipulate your deck and to affect things. And in fact, the really cool key aspect of Heart of Crown, because everything I've set up until this point is pretty standard deck builder affair, is in Heart of Crown, the key aspect is you back a princess and try to get her to the throne. So I back a princess, let's say I have 6 currency on a turn. I back this princess and I backed her with a city, and a large city, right? Okay. These were the cards I used to generate the currency. Right. I now create a kingdom. This is now a static element that exists at all times during the game that I can draw power from. The way that I do that is I can store cards on it. So say I had this trading ship in my deck, I could keep it on this large city and save it for another turn. That way I'm like, there's nothing I want to do this turn. So it adds a static element that adds a level of strategy and depth that I think is a lot of fun. I think it's going to feel really fresh for people. This game's imported straight out of Japan. It's from a company called Flip Flops. We're bringing it over to the U.S. We are translating it, localizing it, everything like that. Anyone who recognizes the art probably recognizes it from the very popular series Etrian Odyssey, which is an anime video game series. And the same artist did all the art for this game. It'll be $50 to sell in your store. And we have a number of expansions already ready to go, and they will release kind of consecutively after the release of this game in January.
So this comes out in January. It's $50. What is the time frame of playing this game?
About 30 minutes. And if you're competent deck builders, if that's a genre you're familiar with, probably like 20 minutes. And if it's your first time playing a deck builder, your first game might be 40. That sort of range.
If we're sitting in front of the retailer, besides the fact that you have this static element, is there anything else that they need to know that will help them sell this to a deck building community?
The best way that you're going to sell this to a deck building community is to play the game with them, to demonstrate the value through its very tight, very succinct gameplay. That's an element you can't really talk about as much, but what I think is a really great selling point for this game for trying to reach your consumers is selling to an anime crowd. This is an authentic Japanese released product by a very prominent, very popular artist. And so it's the kind of product you can sell to a different type of customer. I think to your deck building crowd, you will sell this just through a demo. But to your Yu-Gi-Oh players, maybe your Card Fight Vanguard players, who only buy sleeves and other card games from you, you can sell this to them because of the anime element. Where they might have never given a similar game a shot, they see this and they go, oh, this is the Etrian Odyssey guy. Awesome. I just want to play it just for the art. And then now you've suddenly got them hooked on deck builders. You've created the bridge between two very different demographics, which I think is a really important aspect of this in terms of being able to sell to your consumers. This is a bridge product that can take someone who's into the anime elements of traditional tabletop gaming and bring them into the deck building sphere, which then opens up any number of sales from there.
Absolutely. This is Robert Derouin with Japanime Games. I'm David Lowry with Club Fantasci. We are coming to you live from the Southern Hobby Retail Expo here in Nashville, Tennessee. Stay tuned. We will have more for you in just a minute.